Happy holidays, everyone, and welcome to my newest project of Donkey Kong Country. Donkey Kong Country was created and developed by Rareware, published in 1994 for the original Super Nintendo. Donkey Kong Country is a game that I decided, hey, why don't we do this for a lovely little holiday project? And here's the thing, it's post-commentary. Why? One, I'm bad at, older games. Two, I'd never actually beat Donkey Kong Country until this playthrough before. In fact, I'd only ever played a few levels. So, my bananas. Who dared to take the bananas? But yes, Donkey Kong Country, what spurred this project on? Well, let's just say I ended up having an original Christmas project planned for, the holiday season. And unfortunately, the file got corrupted. What was that project? Well, it was actually an Ape Escape game. Ape Escape Move, to be precise. Yes, I was actually going to do Ape Escape Move. And so I ended up having to scrap that in favor of going for Donkey Kong Country. And as you can see, I am very rusty at old game. And yeah, so that's why we ended up doing Donkey Kong Country. I just sort of started recording it and we go from there. So at the beginning, it's gonna be kind of rough, I will admit, but no worries, we will get through it. Obviously, because it takes me so long to get through this game because I am not that good, what we'll be doing is cutting to the ones where I end up completely beating the levels. Obviously, we'll keep the first one of Jungle Hijinks in just to show how bad I am at this game. And then at the same time, we will just go through world to world for each level, each episode, until we end up doing it. Obviously, I got a lot of game overs in this. I'm very embarrassed by it. My video game playing skills are terrible. But what else is new? And yeah, so Donkey Kong Country, very famous for its silicone graphics usage and being one of the really spectacularly powered Super Nintendo games. I never really actually got requests to do this game before. Really, also in part, this project could be thanks to Savards because he suggested, why don't I do Donkey Kong Country? And I thought I didn't have it, but it turns out I did. Shows how much I know. And yeah, so Donkey Kong Country, it's a lot of fun to play, but some of the levels later on can get kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie on that. And obviously we're not going for true 100, and I think it's 101% in Country 1. I know Country 2 is 106%, and I know Country 3 is 106%. Reason is, I don't know where all the hidden bonus rooms are, and that is actually what determines the true 100% in this game, is to get all of the hidden routes, which is nuts, because there are a lot of them in a lot of levels. Go me! So here's me still thinking, okay, maybe I can go for all the hidden routes, but then I realized, okay, I don't know where the hidden routes are. So why don't we ignore that? So swing from vine to vine. I can say, like, mostly I never really played Donkey Kong Country because I never grew up with a Super Nintendo. I did, however, play Donkey Kong Land very briefly. I didn't like the color palette they chose for it, so I never really beat it. Okay, these armadillos can go piss off. Wow. Really showing my strides right now, aren't I? I make the same mistakes over and over again and expect different results. I'm insane. Die. You. Get out here. Right. Give me bananas. Die, Kremlings. Die. Now, originally, I also had wanted to have other guests on this project, but unfortunately, I was unable to do that. Obviously, short notice, that sort of thing. So I apologize if I'm a little bit quiet at certain points, as I watch as I embarrass myself in front of all of you lovely people. But I will say that I do thank everyone for sticking with me through this year, because I do know it's been a rough year for a lot of us. And thus, we will continue with, like, being able to help out to where we can. And let's make 2021 a good year, I say. Okay, where is it? It's right here. Sadness. DK sad. Right. So, boop. Boing. Oh, I wanted the G. I wanted to get myself another life. Oh well. So, Donkey Kong Country, also the game that introduced all the different Kongs, such as DK Jr. being regular DK and Cranky Kong being the old DK. Diddy Kong was introduced, Candy Kong was introduced, Funky Kong was introduced, and the Kong family was never the same. So, let's go to Reptile Rumble. Za. Boop. So, we got a K. Oh, I keep losing DK. It's always this way with, like, oh, I did not notice. I just noticed now since this is post-commentary. Oh, I fell down a pit. I just noticed now that this is, post-commentary, I noticed that cannon barrel up there. Yeah, I probably could have re-recorded the game after I beat it for the first time, but you want to see the first time I played Donkey Kong Country. And yes, I am going to be doing a supercut like how I did back in the Super Mario 3D Land playthrough of every death. And it's going to, oh boy. That one's coming on New Year's. So, yeah. Wait. Zingers. Boing. Now, how am I actually recording Donkey Kong Country, you might be wondering, as I tried to justify my very bad, poor spending choices. Well, a long time ago, I ended up actually getting an analog Super NT, and I've never really used it that much, which is a shame. But I decided, hey, why don't I actually start using the dang thing? And thus, I am using the analog Super NT for this, upscaling it, doing all that good stuff, and realizing, man, I missed out on this generation, because I had a Sega Genesis growing up, so I never really, Man, I keep making the same mistake. I had a Sega Genesis growing up, so I never really went out of my way to play the Super Nintendo games unless they were at a friend's or another family member's house, which I don't think that many of my cousins had a Super Nintendo. I know my cousin who gave me the Sega Genesis didn't have one, so I just played Genesis with Sonic for the longest time. And so I missed out on a lot of games from the Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo games I did play. I did play Zombies Ate My Neighbors, which I have somewhere around here. I played like 1 or 2 levels of Donkey Kong Country 1, which you'll see later on because I know which levels they were. And I played a little bit of Super Mario World. And I want to say that's it. Obviously, I've played now in the future Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past. But as a kid, I didn't. Trying to think, which one was it? Because there was another game I had played for the Super Nintendo that I really liked, and I remembered like, oh, this would be cool to own, but then I never really played it again for a while. What game was that? Drawing a blank at the moment. I'm trying to remember the Super Nintendo games as a child, because they were very few and far in between. Because even when the Super Nintendo was no longer like the main console for anyone, I did end up getting a few more games for the Genesis, and then after that I kind of moved on to PlayStation for the longest time until I got my GameCube in 2003. So yeah, with the 16-bit generation, I really kind of just ignored it. Man, I am bad. I am really bad. All right. Boop. So yeah, if you ever wondered why I don't play 16-bit games that much or 2D side-scroller platformers that much, despite me loving platformers in general, let this speak for you, because yeah, this shows how bad I am at these sort of games. It's why I don't play them that often, which is a shame because they are good games. Like, they are some of the best. On guard, my swordfish. I'm trying to kill this. That's for killing me all those times. Right, up we go. Ooh, a balloon. A balloonie is gone. Don't worry, Diddy, I'm coming. Bye, On Guard. Honestly, out of all the animal friends in Donkey Kong Country, since I do use them all, I think On Guard is like probably my least favorite. Because he's just so unwieldy and his bonus stage is so annoying. As opposed to, say, Rambi, Espresso, Winky. Although Winky, I will honestly admit, is not used that much. So music-wise, I love Donkey Kong Country's soundtrack. David Wise is such a great composer for these games. Like, this is probably, besides the final boss theme, my favorite of the regular stage musics. The only one that comes close would probably be Crystal Caverns. Like, I think those two, between Crystal Caverns and the underwater music, these would be my favorite. Right, and we got a G. Spell Kong. And let us leave. And here is time for Funky Kong. There's gonna be an abrupt cut because I kind of was recording this. So, we could travel to previous stages if we so wish. But let's go to Barrel Cannon Canyon. Boing. I don't know why I'm trying to kill the Kremlings. You don't get points from them. Right? And... alley-oop! Don't know what I'm doing here. Boop, boop. Boop. Give me bananas. Boop. Barrel cannons. I love that little glitch, that little graphical glitch that happens. Where DK just like floats in the air. You might notice I'm not switching between DK and Diddy that much. Embarrassing thought. Well, not thought, embarrassing sort of thing. I don't actually experiment with the buttons until later in the game. And by later in the game, I mean the last level before the final boss. So yeah. Expect to see pretty much whoever I end up using who's in front, I'll end up using them more. Although I do like using Diddy more because it feels like Diddy is faster, although he can't deal with certain other Kremlings. Specifically... I forget their names, I'm so bad. I'm so bad with the Kremlings. It's not Crusher, because nobody can kill Crusher besides Barrel. Zingers. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop. I love barrel cannons. Right, and bada boop, bada boop. There's the G. Can I bounce off to you? Nope. All right, let's just get the heck out of here and end off the first episode with a boss. But first, Candy's save points, because old games with saves are very few and far in between. And with Candy Kong, she is able to save your game at these save points. I will be abusing these later on in the project, much to many people's dismay. So, let's now go to Very Naughty's lair. Boing. 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 And there we go. That's the first boss. So anyway, guys, I'm going to end it off right here. This has been Neronium, and welcome to Donkey Kong Country. See you all next time. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to check out other games that I've done on the spur of the moment, check out the top link for a playthrough of Pikmin 1. And for another game series that is often neglected, check out the bottom link for a playthrough of Klonoa on the Wii.